Greetings, YouTubers. It's me, Wayman29, once again. I'm having a lot of fun today. Proof Jesus Christ Never Existed by Keane. This is a reply, and he makes some rather astonishing discoveries. I I just put down the book. Right, I'm blown away. You know, it wasn't like probably a month ago. My buddy gave me the book, and here I am. I'm almost I'm almost right here on Apollonius. I'm almost on page 5. I'm all disillusioned, and even the assumption that, oh man, Roman Roman mythology. What am I gonna do? That's it. I quit church. Well, I guess it boils down to it even goes back further than that, I would say. I had the privilege of going to Egypt, and there were some pretty interesting things there. The temple structures were like the temples of the Hebrews, and with the Ark and the Holy of Holies, they had the priests, and I don't think that just because things based on mythology were attributed to Christ. Of course, they wanted to make him a hero. Of course, they wanted to make him into what other people were not. And there were competitions of thought among the theologies and philosophies of that day. So yeah, there was probably other schools that the writings were pretty much destroyed or stamped out by the Catholic Church at some point. Maybe not only the Catholics, maybe just because of the fact that they were written on scrolls which deteriorate is the reason why we haven't found a lot of texts. Just like if the Dead Sea Scrolls weren't preserved in the canisters in the caves of the Dead Sea, we might have not had anything. A lot of them were in the process of deteriorating. So it's really hard to know. I even believe that the text reference to Jesus in the book of Josephus. Here you got a Jew confessing that he heard that he was Lord. That could be an edited version. We have no idea. However, why would a Jew say that about Christ? So a lot of people think that that text was edited. As far as the Virgin Mary and stuff coming from Roman mythology, it goes back further than that. It's like Isis, Horus, Ra, the sun god. Gerald Macy has a lot to say about that. It's called Ancient Egypt, Light of the World. That's a pretty good book. There's also a good book out on gospel fiction. But I don't think that these kinds of discoveries are supposed to cause people to be all disillusioned and to drop everything and run around and wring their hands. And the bottom line is, old gods never die. They just they're just reborn into something else. So there's always Vishnus, there's always Indras, there's always Buddhas, there's always Jesuses, there's always Els, there's always goddesses like Ishtar, Anat, Astarte, and Isis, and Nana, all that other stuff. And people like to run that line of thinking in with people. Of course, if you have a hero, you're going to want him to be the biggest and best. And that's not saying that Christ never even existed at all. I believe that probably Mark, which was probably the earliest gospel, written maybe 50 to 60 A.D., was probably the most accurate account. Granted, it runs along the line of the the idea of the prophet. And here, when you have Jews writing New Testament texts, they wanted to liken the acts and the doings of Christ to Elijah. He had to be better than Elijah. Where Elijah might feed 2-3 people, they have Jesus feeding 2,000, 5,000. Where Jonah falls asleep in the boat and gets thrown overboard and eaten by a whale, Jesus stands up and he calms the storm. So you have a lot of Old Testament mythology and accounts all bottled up in this human figure with the label Jesus. And I don't know, it's pretty interesting. Maybe you're just better off reading mythology. That's what I've been harping on in the last couple of videos. This it runs really deep. You'd have to go back even further back than what you're saying. Somebody influenced the Romans. Somebody influenced the Greeks. Somebody influenced even the Egyptians. You get into some like real primitive cultures where this sort of thinking starts to bud, where you have healings, man gods, village healers, king healers. Probably one of the really good books that covers all that, and I've been talking about this a lot, is the Golden Bough, because it just lists topics and all that, and then it talks about, gives 5 or 6 examples of each one of those things. That's online too. It's in the public domain. However, I don't know. I don't think that your examples are gonna put anybody in shambles or make them run away from church. Not me, anyways. I like to think of myself as a Christian, but I just think it's kind of humorous about all the debates people can have about it, and they're just afraid to talk about some of these issues. So really enjoyed the video, found it really interesting. Alright, take care.